Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to part 12, hopefully, of Let's Play Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. In the last part, we spoke to all of our companions, and we're going to get ourselves on the road and go do some other shit. Like, you know, murdering people, pillaging, probably no raping, because raping, I mean, that's the best bit of a line. I don't think Bleak Walkers cross that line. Or at least, I don't think they do. Let's find out! Bleak Walkers. Dreaded for the merciless and cruelty, powers of the Bleak Wars believe that extreme brutality and warfare brings conflict to a swift close. To maintain their reputation for romantic savagery, the Bleak Walkers never quarter and never abandon the field, even if... Nope, doesn't actually say, doesn't say anything about rape, so I guess we're good on that. Although, I do want to... Let's look at this screen. So we've got more reputations now. So we have reputations with our friends. Although, at the moment, Jyoti is not very fond of me. Because we were, yeah, it's basically we're not meshing with her traits. So we were anti-religious. We joked, and we were basically some skullduggery in there as well. And which one's this one? And we were irresponsible. But Port Marché likes us. The leading trading company doesn't really know us, but yeah, we've got decent relationships with everyone, so pretty happy with that. So let us head off. We're actually going to get ourselves... Oh, shit, actually. Fuck. Back to Port Marché. We need to get some supplies. Those supplies include cannons. How many Wait. First things first, how many cannons do we need? We need 2 cannons. Because right now, we have 2 cannons. You want 4 cannons straight away. That's just something you need. I'm going to buy 2 iron thunderers. That's 2,400. Is there anything we can sell? Okay, we've got all the stuff we found on our most recent trip. That's cut off some of the price. See, this is what I mean about money, ladies and gentlemen. Money does not accrue quickly. I'm actually going to sell all these traps as well, just to try and make up the money for this, because I would also like to buy... See, I like the hull breakers as well, but they're very close quarter weapons, and do you know what? I will take 1 of those, and I'll buy 3 iron thunderers, so we'll get 2 more. So this is what we're going to buy. We basically spent all of our money, but for a good reason. So on this flank, we have a cannon that can only just shoot at the minimum range of this one. But can shoot... So basically, this is a very weird strategy I'm going for in fighting-wise, but... I've also kind of fucked over my income as well, but that's fine. Got 400 for that. Right, so let's go get ourselves in combat with an... these guys are still apparently a level above us, but... They're also faster than us, so let's not worry about this. So, on our way to Nekataka, we're going to, which is over... Apparently, I don't even know where the fuck it is. There it is. We're going to get ourselves over there. Now, we're going to... While on the way there, we're, of course, going to go to anything... like, we're going to engage ourselves some ships. Although, I didn't buy any really many cannons. Let's go to here first. The Huraro. You're sailing past the reef when little Lucia shouts out, pointing to port. There lists a ship stranded in the middle, perched on a narrow shoal. It tips and rolls with the passing waves. Hanging from its mast is a blue flag showing an image of the crescent moon sinking beneath the waves. Your crew gathers around, murmuring in low, excited voices. Shield Sister Dahlia rushes up the railing. Captain, there's a gift-bearer ship. No telling what sort of treasure it's got. Ikuk snorts. Gift-bearers carry sentimental junk, worthless stuff. No, that's a smuggler ship. It's a classic disguise. Hamer spits into the water. Then it's a fucking stupid one. Gift bearers only visit landlocked settlements. That's a trap. What was that about gift bearers? He fixes a pensive frown on the wreck. No offense, Captain, but the servants of Ondra collect things people want to forget and consign them to the sea. Anything gift bearers might be carrying will be stuff nobody wants. Prepare a skiff. We'll have to row out and climb the hull. You row the skiff above the reef. The waves tossing it. The waves tossing it. The bottom of the small boat occasionally scraping across the jagged structure below. You tie off the snag of the coral next to the wreck. The water is rough and the hull slick with brine, but you're able to find purchase between the shifting planks we're going to climb up. You pull yourself up, using bent planks and barnacles for hold. You're almost reached the main deck when a wave slams against the ship. You hear a crash from somewhere below as the vessel rocks. Your leg slips out from under you and your fingers dig into the wet lumber. Your grip holds. Once the ship sails, you resume your climb and make to the safety of the deck. The ship is deserted, and you don't even find corpses. If the ship had a skiff, it's missing too. We'll search for salvage. You find several crates of supplies and several more of assorted ends: handkerchiefs, bead jewelry, cracked skirmisher, a child's doll. You think back to his comment. Someone's commented, but I wondered if this might have been a smuggled vessel for all. We'll solve for evidence of the smugglers. We'll use ourselves a deer. Failure. There appears to be nothing else of value. You load your ship onto the skiff. You load your find onto the skiff and row back to your ship. So it wasn't a pirate ship. Who wouldn't? Oh, sorry, a smuggler ship. Who would have thunk?
The ring of a bell comes to you on a cold wind. The ring comes again and again, until soon the air is full with the sound of 1,000 bells ringing all at once. You feel a resonance in your core, a bell ringing in tune with all the others. Something in you bends, then breaks, and you are borne away on the ringing tide, just another peal among the many. The tide of bells recedes. You lever yourself up onto your knees and realize you have been here before. You stand in Bareth's realm. You are alone. And then, you are not. An indistinct figure stands before you, flickering between forms like a fire-cast shadow. A fixed, taunting grin. Bottomless black eyes. A yawning chasm in the earth. The aspects of Bareth, the Usher and the Pallid Knight, shift in and out of focus. And at their back, 4 indistinct shades hover. You feel an eternity stretch out behind each of them, reaching back to places so distant and yet so near you cannot comprehend their size. The shifting image of Bareth settles on the aspect of the Pallid Knight.
Watcher.
Her voice is the discordant clangor of gongs struck out of time.
I tasked you to discover Aethys's intentions. Tell me what you have learned.
I can't follow Aethys around if you're going to keep dragging me to my soul into the beyond whenever the whim takes you.
I will send your soul back to the wheel should the whim take me.
Her wan face contorts into what on mortal kith might be called a smile. On her, the effect is more akin to a rotting pumpkin caving in upon itself.
Do not give me cause to doubt your commitment, Watcher.
He's stomping around the Deadfire, yanking up souls like a giant Adra-Soul magnet.
The Pallid Knight knits her brows.
He does not seek to return to the beyond? Intriguing.
Her sickly pale skin pulls tight across the bones of her face, as if the shell of this aspect does not quite fit the impossible creature it contains. The figure nearest Bareth dissolves and reforms in the image of a thin-lipped, ancient crone, whose face has felt the melting kiss of fire. The goddess Woedica strides forward.
Does Aethys frighten you, Bareth? He should. Magran subdued Aethys's influence once before, and yet he returned.
From out of Woedica's shadow shuffles a hunched, bald man you recognize as the god Scan. His skin is mapped with swollen lash scars, and breath whistles through the ragged hole in his face, where his nose once was. He does not speak, but stares up at Woedica, with naked loathing plain on his ruined face. Woedica steeples her long, knob-jointed fingers.
We must annihilate Aethys now, before he makes a rash decision we cannot easily annul.
She casts a sly look at the pallid night from the corners of her eyes.
A moon would do the job nicely.
I'm pretty sure we need that.
A voice echoes from the shape nearest Bareth.
The lava is too large to be moved and Koltha too quick to be caught, even for a god of Wodika's strength and apparent lunacy.
The figure beside the aspect of Bareth flows forward in a swirling cloud of ash. The ash falls to the tiles and reveals a molten-skinned woman, leaning on a monstrous, wicked-edged broadsword. Magran's glowing lips curl in disdain.
We must find a solution to the problem of Aethys that is neither do nothing, nor destroy the world. I acted in haste during the Saints' War. You will not goad me into doing the same now. To move against him while his plans are unknown would be the height of foolishness. We must find wisdom in precaution.
Two good reactions right here. Sure, great idea. Can I go now?
The pallid knight tilts her head to the side and gives you the long-suffering, narrow-eyed look of a parent dealing with a particularly disappointing child.
No.
Another of the silent figures steps forward, and the warm, golden light of a summer's afternoon spills across your face.
Let's all take a deep, calming breath. Perhaps cooler heads will prevail.
Behind Helia's words, you hear the soft coo of doves.
Aethys has been separated from us for too long. Isn't it possible he intends only to gather enough souls to reclaim his realm in the beyond? He should be welcomed.
You look up then into avian eyes. Through them, you see clouds of starlings converge and divide.
But what if he intends to betray you?
Helia puts a feathered hand to her chest.
He wouldn't. Betrayal is not in his nature.
Scan shuffles forward.
Yes, yes. We should welcome Aethys' return to the fold. His gratitude we can leverage to cajole him into divulging his plot. Then, when he believes himself to be in our good graces, we do as Wodika suggests, and crush him into the earth.
Scan licks the ragged edge of his lipless mouth and grins, then turns to Helia.
I did not expect such a deliciously ruthless idea from you, Helia. I am impressed.
Helia's feathered crest stands on end.
You wretched little creature.
The pallid knight gestures for silence.
Aethys cannot be killed, but he may be subdued. Yet to do so will take immense power and time. Both stand in his favor.
Magran grits her black glass teeth.
That is why we must ascertain his plans before he has the chance to put them into motion.
She begins to pace. Her steps leave little trails of fire in her wake. Magran stops and balls her hands into flaming fists.
Even if we manage to destroy his current form, there is the possibility he could return, if he has not already absorbed all of his children.
Absorbed his children? I don't understand.
The pallid knight casts a cold, cutting glare in Magran's direction.
Magran speaks too freely. That knowledge is beyond your ken, Watcher.
Wodika waves the gods to silence.
Aethys gathers strength. His strength is a threat to us.
Her voice takes on a sharp, almost panicked edge.
There is no sensible answer to the question of a resurgent Aethys other than decisive, final action.
Well, something must be done.
Your opinion is unasked for and unnecessary, but noted nonetheless.
Though her tone is impassive, the banked fury in her eyes says well enough what she thinks of your interruptions.
We will act when it is appropriate to do so, and not before.
The pallid knight steps away from the half-circle of assembled gods. She pulls herself up to a great height. The words she speaks next come not from her mouth, but from all around you.
Follow him, Watcher.
The black of the pallid knight's irises expand until her eyes are as dark and cold as the void between stars. She bends down and brings her ghostly face level with your own.
Your debt to me remains unpaid.
This is bullshit.
She stares at you, unblinking. Like a needle drawn to a magnet, you are pulled toward her one compulsory step at a time. Helpless to resist, you tumble into her impossible eyes. You fall wildly, endlessly, unable to find your bearings or slow your spin. And in the distance, above, no, behind you, comes an insistent ringing. You angle yourself toward it, searching for the sound. A small silver bell appears just inches from your fingertips. You reach for it, straining to still its interminable ringing. The moment you touch it, your soul slams into your body with all the force of a fall from the top of the sky. You blink open your eyes and find yourself on the floor of your ship's cabin, alone.
I agree with my character. This is bullshit.
Well, I'd prefer something with a little more stabbing.
So I wonder if I talk to I wonder if I can talk to anyone about different stuff now.
Time. Yes?
Well, there's a lot of things to talk about Alof about. We can save that until he's ready to talk to us next.
Well, hey, tell me what's on your mind. Sure thing, Watcher.
Well, nothing new and interesting. Let's get on with the fucking game, guys. Oh no, the game had crashed. That's fucking happens. That is a very rare occurrence, I will say, ladies and gentlemen. So I do have to hope you guys are okay with that. But that does happen every so often. And as we're on the 16-minute mark, I will load the game back up, and I'll give you guys an extra 5 minutes of content because I'm not a prick. Against belief, so I'm just gonna. I want to. Yeah, the game is recording. That's good. Because for some reason I don't have my little thing in the corner that's telling me the game's recording. So I hope you guys aren't too bothered by this. It's very unprofessional, but then again, so is my entire fucking channel. So what's new there? Although I must admit, every time I've had that, the game has crashed on that exact fucking bit. Wonder why. Well, doesn't bother me. The game works perfectly, like 99% of the time. One crash every so often. I'm sure I can live with that. Yeah, game, you're not gonna crash. I already know you're not. So you can fuck off if you think you are, because I'm not. I ain't doing a fucking half an hour part. I'm just saying that. I've got shit to do today. I don't want to start a new fucking game. There you go. Luckily, it saves just after you leave that vision, so that's fine. Hopefully, it doesn't crash a second time, because it has been. I will admit, it has done that before. Crashed twice in succession on the same part. Not for any specific reason. It's just the game just basically told me to go fuck myself. Hopefully, it's not going to tell me to go fuck myself this time. Or is it? That's what I fucking thought. Right. That is a... someone who's going to attack me for some reason. Shells' dealer points out a dark spot on the distant horizon. Captain, a vessel approaches. You squint to the horizon and see unfamiliar colours snapping in the breeze. The ship doors nears and its crew throws open the gun's port. Advance. The enemy crew scurry to their stations in preparations for manoeuvres. The opposing vessel manoeuvred to bear down on you, aiming its artillery squared at the Defiant. The distant thunder of cannon fire echoes across the sea. Oh, that's really good. They only have one gun. We're going to full speed for some reason at only 25 meters. The wind at your back grows, howling in your ears. Your ship crashes through the waves and just drives forward. The enemy crew scurries to the station in preparation for maneuvers. You hear the shouts of the enemy ship's boatswain over the sound of the water, ordering the crew to their station. Sails climb the rigging like spiders and let loose the sails. You hear the choose a course of action. So we're going to go for turn to starboard. The helmsman spins a wheel of the ship. It's wheel to starboard and the crew trims the sails. The enemy crew scurry to the stations without maneuvers. The enemy ship comes to an abrupt stop in the water. They've lost the wind. Here's a course of action. We're going to come to a stop as well. The crew scrambles to take the sail, bringing the ship to a nearby standstill. The enemy recruits go to the stations, and a distant sound of fun echoes. Okay, so choose next. I'm not going to read all of these because it is going to get a bit annoying. So we're going to fire the port cannons. So we have two 85% chances. We're going to use cannonball. We can use chain shot, grape shot, or cannons. We're going to use cannons. So let's go. As the ship crests over the peak of the wave, your cannons fire a deafening volley at the opposing ship. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why I upgraded my cannon straight away. It says plundering and let loose the sails. They're not really getting away from me though. So we're going to actually turn to port and we're going to get ready to chase them. The scuttler misjudges the wind's direction as the crew exits maneuver. The ship of sails abruptly loose and their masts. The ship comes to a stop. Full speed. The wind at your back, howling in your ears, your ship crashes through the waves as it drives forwards. And they fired cannons at me. And they got another rating hit. We're going to do as much as we can to carry up. And they're doing a very weird way of thing. And I do apologize about how quickly I'm just turning through these, so I do apologize. I'm going to turn to starboard. With some quick maneuvering, the Defiant secures the wind gauge before the scuttler has a chance to come about and claim it for themselves. We're going to hold position. The Defiant crew hurries, taking the sails before your ship comes to a halt. And they fire at me. They hit me for 7 damage. So we're going to fire the port cannons. As the ship crests over the wave, your cannoneers fire a deafening volley at the opposing ship. We did 1 damage to the below deck crew. As the ship crests over the the maneuvers, the opposing ship scrambles below the deck and they start changing people around because they obviously got some injuries. I'm gonna risk a. We're gonna turn back to port and I'm gonna risk a raking hit. And they're moving around again. Unfortunately, they got the wind, so I'm actually gonna brace for impact. Your crew scurries to secure themselves for impact. The deck hands grab tight to the railing and the main deck, and those who can't make it down from the rigging in time lash themselves to the masts. And they stop, so I'm going to full speed ahead this time. And we're going to get shot at. No, they're refusing to shoot at me. I'll try and close the down distance a little bit more. And we got the wind. So let's go full speed. And they're going to get a good shot at me. They missed. So we're going to do one more full speed ahead. Oh shit, I didn't actually read those. I apologize. We're going to turn to starboard this time. Actually, the same one. Executes a smooth starboard, the enemy crew mercy. The scuttler crew throws themselves against the railing and the deck. Brace for impact of both swaying sails. The Defiant beats the windward, taking between port and starboard with all the appropriate speed. Your ship is faster and your crew better prepared. You secure the wind gauge before the scuttler's crew has an opportunity to come out and chain it for themselves. So we could fire our cannons, but because we're not stopped, they won't. They'll have they'll not hit as hard. So I'm going to hold position. And the enemy embarks in order, and the stations the crew of the scuttler hurry to their stations. Everyone's been changed, and I'm going to fire the port cannons. Now I don't really want to sink him, but if I have to, I will. So we're going to need to turn to port, and we're going to need to, and I beat them to the wind. Full speed ahead. They're stopping, full speed ahead again. One more full speed ahead should be enough. They should be very bad at hitting us, but yeah. Their cannons are 200 to 400 meters. With quick maneuvering, the Defiant secures the wind gauge before the scuttler has a chance. So let's we're gonna half sail. The enemy crew might be spoiling for fight, but you're not in no hurry to give it to them. You advance toward the opposing ship on your own time. And they've stopped. Let's prepare to board. I'm not gonna ram them because that would be pretty stupid. I want to fight. With a rousing cry, your crew throw grappling hooks on boarding planks across the gap between the two ships. They stream onto the dead ship's deck, weapons at the ready. The stunned enemy crew rally and meet your sailors with a resounding boom of gunfire and clang of steel on steel. Let's see if we can win. As you can see, their ship is a lot larger than mine, but I'm cooler than them, so... In this instance, we literally just need to control ourselves.
This thing is doing the job.
There we go, that's that guy fucked. I'm gonna go fuck up this Principe sailor. There we go, that's you dead. Now the Principe sailors will have a lot more of there'll be a lot more of them, but it's not really an issue. The game does seem to be having a bit of The game does seem to be having a few problems. I think I'm gonna need to validate the game files after this part. For some reason the game's having a few issues. Oh shit, Sefran got himself knocked out. Well done, you bellend. Now I actually have to rest.
Something for
Hey, that wasn't half bad.
I don't need to worry about that guy. I'm going to put a mark in him though if I can.
That's not very helpful.
Let's get started.
There we go. So Seraphon got his head kicked in. But we get the enemy defeated, so we gained morale gain of 10. The crew earned 330 experience. The crew earned 1 sailor experience. Sigram gained a rank. So this is all the stuff we gained. So we're just going to take all and continue. And we will actually take all for a change. I'm so used to not taking all because of the fact, obviously, I've already resupplied. So I am going to be validating the files after this, though. And unfortunately, we're going to actually have to end this part here. We did gather gain some stuff, and we also gained a flag. This flag will be very important in the future. But until the future, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to unfortunately have to say end this part here. If you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next part. See you guys then.